the previous segment, I said to think of the dark gray button in the center as being similar to the Enter key on your computer keyboard. Pressing the center button means different things depending on the current context. We've already seen the first two contexts. If the EV3 power is off, then pressing the center button means turn on the power. If there's a question on the EV3 screen, like, should I turn off now? Then pressing the center button means yes. The final context is when the EV3 is already powered on and it isn't asking you a question. In that case, the center button means select. Understanding what this means requires us to talk a little bit more about how the EV3 is set up. Remember how I said that the EV3 is really just a small computer? Well, just like your PC or Mac has a bunch of folders, files, and programs, your EV3 has a bunch of folders, files, and programs too. On your Mac, you use your Finder window to see your files, folders, and programs. On your PC, you use your My Computer Explorer window. In both cases, you double-click on a folder to see what's inside of it. The Lego people want to let you do more or less the same thing with the EV3, but they've got two problems. First, the screen is really tiny, so they can't show you everything at once. Second, you don't have a mouse, so navigating and selecting things is going to be a little harder. Once your EV3 brick has powered on completely, you're presented with 4 tabs across the top of the screen. Each of these is similar to a folder that contains files. The icon on the far left looks like a play button. In this folder, you'll probably see some, but not necessarily all, of the programs that you've run most recently. The next icon looks like 2 pieces of paper. Its folder contains all the programs that are currently stored on this EV3. The third icon is supposed to look like a Lego brick. This folder contains what Lego calls brick apps. Essentially, these are just some additional programs that Lego gives you. I think they're primarily there to be used by people who aren't writing their own programs. We're not going to be using them much. The final icon on the far right looks like what I call a wrench and others refer to as a spanner. It allows you to change some of the EV3 settings like the volume level and how long to wait before auto shut-off. On your computer, you use a mouse to move around with an Explorer or Finder window. On your EV3, you'll use the up, down, left, and right buttons to move between the icons and the items on their lists. These buttons only have an effect when the EV3 is turned on. On your computer, you double-click the mouse when you want to select a folder, file, or program. In order to select the folder, file, or program whose name or icon you see on your EV3 screen, you press the center square button. So, just to review, when the power is off, the square center button means turn on the power. When the power is on and the EV3 is asking a question like, should I turn off? The center button means yes. And in any other situation, the center button means select the thing on my screen. The one button I still haven't really explained in detail is the button in the top left corner. As with the arrow buttons, this button only has an effect when the power's on. Most of the time, the corner button just means go back up a level. So, for example, if you've used the center button to go into the settings folder, that top left corner button will take you back out again. You should imagine that at the very, very top level is where the system asks, do you want to turn off? That's why the way to turn off your EV3 is to simply press the corner button as many times as it takes to get to that shutdown screen, and then follow the remaining steps to turn off the EV3. The corner button is also the stop button. When your EV3 is running a program, pressing the corner button will stop it from running.